Do Mint employees steal from the U.S. Mint? Now, that's a question that's talked about a lot, especially when it comes to some of these Mint errors. It's almost impossible to believe that they legally left the Mint. But the fact that they exist and are out on the market, someone would have gotten in trouble if they were, released or stolen from the Mint. I mean, they just go for way too much money, especially like, let's say the one struck on a screw or struck on a nail or something like that. If that left the Mint illegally, then they would see the fact that at that time, or at least the date of that coin that was struck or error, they would find somebody that was responsible for removing it illegally. And that's my opinion on it. I just don't see how you can get by with it when they go for tens of thousands of dollars. Some of them go for a lot of money. But there are instances of Mint employees stealing from the Mint. I mean, there's one that created a variety. We know of one recently that was for $2.4 million. Then there was a Mint employee who was smuggling gold from the Mint in his bum. So let's talk about that. Let's get into this. So this is the one that everybody knows about and talks about and kind of uses to say, well, Mint employees steal. Well, I mean, it's very rare for Mint employees to steal from the U.S. Mint. It has happened. This one here was for the missing edge golden dollars. I know this is the one that everybody remembers and everybody talks about, and it's for $2.4 million. It was a police officer at the Mint. The other one is this right here. You see the 1875 dot. It's the Snow 16. This one here is over here on Eagle Eye Coins or IndianCent.com and Eagle Eye Rare Coins website. This one was created at the Mint to catch a thief in 1875. So there's been a lot of instances that the Mint was trying to catch a thief or suspected someone was stealing. So they're on it. It don't take very long. They're on it. So this one is not a die chip. It's obviously purposefully put on a die, and they think that that's how they use this to catch. Basically, if a Mint employee was stealing something and he's like, no, I didn't. And like, well, let's see what you got. Let's see if your coin has the die or has that die mark on it. And that's basically how they was trying to catch him. So anyway, I think there's a story on this somewhere. But that's kind of cool. It created a variety that is very rare. I mean, it's $1,850 for a Mint State 63, and it's hard to find these. I need one of these for a customer. The U.S. Mint is aware of the potential of someone stealing coins or bullion from their facility, and this is a perfect example. This is a 64D peace dollar. When they minted these, the whole entire mintage was to be melted. So they weighed these. So each bin, as they were melting them, had to weigh a certain amount. Some people hypothesized that someone could have took a regular peace dollar, 22 or 23, and changed it out and took one of these 64Ds out of the Mint. None have surfaced, so there's no proof of that we know of. No one owns one. But the point of it is that the U.S. Mint's always aware of the potential, and that's an example of it. Then we had the 1974 D aluminum cent. It was found. It was removed from the Mint, or it was considered to be illegal to own because it wasn't supposed to exist, and it was confiscated, even though it was graded by PCGS, estimated $250,000, which I think could be worth a lot more than that. But this was another example. The 1933 St. Gaudens, the tin that was found by the family and was turned into the Mint, ended up being confiscated. That's another thing. And there's just several examples of that. But this one's kind of funny. I mean, he stole these gold pucks, and a gold puck looks like this, basically, something like this. And it's a planchet, really. But anyway, stole these from the Canadian Mint, the Royal Canadian Mint. And what it shows here, I mean, it was like 180,000 that was stolen. So when he goes to the metal detector, you can see in the video, it goes off. Okay, so I worked at a prison, so I worked in what they call the A building, where you shook down the employees when they came in. They went through metal detectors, you checked all their stuff. Now, if this happened and he didn't have any medical paperwork that he has a rod or some type of medical device or whatever, then it would eventually been a strip search. You don't want to have to strip search a fellow employee, but unfortunately, that's what you would do if they couldn't pass the metal detector. But seriously, $180,000 is what the report says here that he actually took out of the Mint in his rectum. So when I was looking some of this stuff up, at least trying to figure out exactly how many employees have probably been caught stealing, this is what I found. To Mint employee arrested. Okay, so all of these, one was 180,000, another was 190,000, another one was 130,000, another 180,000. So when you're looking up information, you have to be careful what information or what site you're looking at, because this story was, pretty big in 2017, and you have differing figures, just like where the dimes were stolen from that semi. It's the same thing. You had different figures on how much was there, the total amount. But anyways, the 2.4 million in error coins is huge. I mean, that's a lot of money. So it was 180,000, basically carried out in someone's keister. I mean, that's, it doesn't really surprise me. It shouldn't, because, working at a prison, being a guard at a prison, man, that's one of the things, that's where everything was put. That's why you made them squat and cough, and you had to do it nude. I mean, and it would fall out. I mean, like I said, I don't get into details of it, but it's the truth. But yeah, Stu, Mint employees have stolen from the Mint. There's been suspects. There's been coins that's been removed from the Mint illegally that shouldn't have been. But bottom line is that it's not as common of an occurrence as you think. Because if all these errors were stolen from the Mint would confiscate them. I don't know why they don't anyways if they're wasn't supposed to leave the Mint, no permission. I don't know how they can confiscate the 74D aluminum cent and the 33 St. Gaudens if they're not supposed to have been minted or released. But yet you have these Mint errors that are extremely rare that weren't supposed to leave the Mint either. I mean, think about this for a minute. You got this one that's struck on a screw, and it sells for a lot of money. That was not supposed to leave the Mint, but the Mint doesn't confiscate those. So the Mint gives permission by proxy to allow those to be out on the market. And there's several examples of that, and like I said, there's just no proof that Mint employees are, being thieves. I wouldn't even say that, but there have been some that's been caught. There has been some that have took coins out of the Mint illegally. Now, a lot of these Mint errors are going to be found in bags. People who buy Mint sewn bags, that's where these errors because they're not going to go into the rolls. They won't make it into Mint sets and things like that. But these dramatic errors have to be found in bags. So anyways, tell me what you think in the comments. And thanks for watching my latest video. Please subscribe to my channel, share this video, and have a great day.